Greetings to each and every one of you from every corner of the globe. We welcome you to our 10th Day of the Ancestors Festival of Masks at Leimert Park Art Walk, the virtual edition. This is a special year in many ways, not least of which is that we are joined by people from around the globe watching from their living rooms, bedrooms, backyards, wherever you have a screen and some speakers and some loved ones near or far. I'm broadcasting live from my garage here in Watts, and it's just as hot in here as it is in the sun out in front of the Vision Theater in Leimert Park right now, and our team is spread all over the world. So we want to hear from you. So please type it into the chat what part of the world you are tuning in from. That goes for our home team as well. Hey, Tasha, where you at?
Tasha coming here live from the LBC, Long Beach.
Yeah, see, we're everywhere. We're all over LA, all over the world. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, please enter it in the comments where you are. And for those in the Zoom audience, click on the chat icon at the bottom of your screen. Also, while you're down there, please turn off your cameras and click the little arrow to access the video settings. You want to check the setting that hides non-video participants. That's why you get the main view the whole time. And use this link right here in the chat for captioning if you need it. Right there. Let's see where we're coming in from. We got Highland Park in here, Southern California, Pasadena, Chatsworth, California, Riverside, where all my family's at. Yeah.
Arizona. Saw Brooklyn. There's Brooklyn in the house.
Inglewood.
Austin, Texas.
New York.
Yeah.
Chicago. South Central. Oh, we got somebody from Jersey came to South Central. Fantastic.
Okay.
Who else we got here?
We got Toronto.
San Pedro, San Diego. Oh, we got Lagos, Nigeria over here.
Nice.
Norwalk, California, Austin, Texas, the Bay Area, Brooklyn.
We got Marina Del Rey.
Chicago. Oh, we're coming from all over the place, y'all. Johannesburg, South Africa. There we go.
Yes.
Stretching across the globe, around the world, y'all. We also want to give a big shout out to DJ Ade for always holding us down. Hey, Tasha, can you tell us a bit about today?
Yes. Thank you all, and thank you, Bruce. So today, we're celebrating Black joy, a source of resistance and resilience despite the challenging circumstances experienced by us Black folks everywhere. We're so excited to have talent from all over the world coming directly to your screen. World famous drummers, dancers, singers, poets, and so many more coming together to celebrate this Day of the Ancestor Festival of Masks. And in these uncertain times, we can connect with that joy deep within us, which is and has been the key to our survival. We've seen in the chats that we have all of your audiences tuning in from all over the world, which is so exciting. And today is a celebration. So we want to make sure we share this joy with the world. So invite your friends, your family, your coworkers, your children, your neighbors. As we go through the program, we want to hear from you. So use this chat to let us know how you're doing, how you're feeling. This is our community right here. But before we move any further, we want to ground ourselves and bless this space. We will now open the ceremony with the tradition recognized throughout the African diaspora, our blessing. So our brother, Baba Amoyade Shabazz, will lead us in this blessing.
Everything that God makes has power. Everything has a purpose, and everything that has a purpose has a place, and everything that has place has power. So as we use those things of power, we can use those things to empower ourselves. So that's why we say, Bobo Waniche, Bobo Waniche, Hache Olodumare, Bobo Waniche. Okay. Bobo Waniche, Bobo Waniche. Can you like that candle? Itana Olodumare, Bobo Wanishe. Bobo Wanishe. Bobo Wanishe. Omi tutu olodumare. Bobo Wanishe. Bobo Wanishe. Bobo Wanishe. Itana olodumare. Bobo Wanishe. Okay. So now we're going to begin the libation. We're going to speak in English as well as speak in the Yoruba language. The English, we're going to have understanding. And with the Yoruba language, we're going to have the vibration and feeling of one of the African languages that is spoken on this continent but originates from Nigeria, West Africa. Now after I say each phrase, I'd like for everybody to say Ashe. Okay, I'm just going to pour a little bit to begin with. May the many come to one. May the many come to one. When the many come to one, the one will work to many. The one to whom all they ruminate and they abominate pay homage, for whom they exist and know his laws and commands. Omi tutu. Mofika and kekere tutu si lekunmi. We put a few drops of cool water on our floor and on our plants. Bobo ariile mi tutu. So everyone here will be cool and refreshed. Okan wa tutu. Put your hands on your hearts. So your hearts will be cool and refreshed. Ori wa tutu. Put your hand on your heads. So your heads will be cool and refreshed. Tutu for a one mom. Coolness for all the children that are here, that will come here, and that are at our homes. Ati bobo tia wasile mi. And that everyone that comes, may they be cool and refreshed. Omi tutu. Cool water. Ile tutu. Cool our house. Ona tutu. Cool road. Tutu laroye. May a calm messenger precede our prayers. Tutu araye. May there be coolness to any kind of gossip or bad talk to what we're about to do. We give praise to our fathers that sit at the feet of God. We give praise to our mothers that sit at the feet of God. Help us with this prayer that we're about to say. Hello, John. Come right here. Hello, Johnny. Mojuba. Put your hand. Sheladaye. Mojuba. Ashe. Oba titi lai lai lai. Mojuba. Ashe. Alayama. Mojuba. Ashe. Baba Elemi. Mojuba. Ashe. Olojoni. Ashe. The owner of the day. Obalana. The owner of the close of the day. Oba Titi Lai Lai Lai. The owner of all days to come. Adake Dajo. The active but silent judge. Baba Tobi. Olorun Tobi. Baba Tobi. Iwa Orun. Iwa Orun. Ariwa Orun. Gusorun. We give praise to the force, the one force in the east, the west, the north, and the south. Baba Elemi, the one who gave us our spirit. Alayamo, the one who gave us our purpose. Kikamashemi Obailumi, Kikamashemi Odorosimi, Kikamashemi Ranlade, Kikamashemi Obaraye, Kikamashemi Shulaibo, Kikamashemi Odukeye, Kikamashemi Sami Flores, Kikamashemi Adeo Shun, Kikamashemi Pasina Palade, Kikamashemi Bobo Aworo Ati Legum. We give praise to all the ones who helped us with this prayer that we're about to say. This is a tradition that was handed down, a legacy. This is not something that we made up. We're only carrying it on that we can come together as one. Let the many come to one. Let the many come to one. When the many come to one, the one will work through many. The one to whom all they ruminate and abominate pay homage. For whom they exist and know his laws and commands. The originator and creator of all things created and yet to be created. The Lord of the worlds. The master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship and thine aid we seek. We give praise to all those ancestors for whom we wear the mask. We give praise to all those who left behind children to carry on their traditions. All those who lived a righteous life and showed us the way to go. All those who entered into the family circle. We give praise to them. Eru Agba, Omoru Agba, Eru Agba, Omoru Agba, Baru Agba, Omoru Agba, Eru Agba, Omoru Agba. This song was sung. It was sung during slavery. It was a song that was sung for those who are Eru Agba. The elder slave was the one who made the way for us to do this. If the Ogbon Agba, the ones who voluntarily went into slavery to carry on this tradition in Cuba, they came over to us in the United States. Those who survived in Nigeria to carry on this that we are doing here in the United States. For every one of us that's living, many, many thousands died in order for us to do this. We give praise to all those who died in Africa whose names we do not know. We give praise to all those who died in Asia whose names we do not know. We give praise to all the righteous ones in Europe whose names we do not know. We give praise to all those in North and South America who do righteous deeds whose names we do not know. We give praise to all those in our family whose names we do not know. We give praise to the ones who set a good example. We give praise to the nobles who protect the integrity of the family. We give praise to all the healers in the family. We give praise to all those who are the talented ones in the family and who bring creativity in the family. We give praise to all of those who have businesses and help us to have sustenance in the family. If for you, we would not be. Iku, may we have long life. Ireowo, may we have prosperity. Ireyawoko, may we have companionship. Ireomo, we have children to carry on our traditions. Aburu, aboye, aboshishio, may knowledge be spread. May wisdom be spread. May all of our sacrifices be accepted. Ashe, 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 Lord, Lord, all power is within God's hands. One candle can light another, but the one that lights it does not lose his flame. One candle can light another, but it does not lose the size of its flame. So that's our symbol. We should be able to inspire other people and not lose what we have.
Give thanks, Baba Amoya Day. Give thanks for getting us started in our tradition. We appreciate you so much. Ashe.
Ashe. Yes, now that the room is ready, the space is ready, all of our spaces are ready. Thanks for that blessing. Let's introduce ourselves. My name is Bruce Leimert. I'll be one of your MCs today, along with
Me, Tasha Hunter, excited to be your co-MC for today's festivities. Thank you all for joining us. So Bruce, tell us a little something about yourself, your work, and why this day is so important to you.
Well, I'm an artist in LA, and I have a history with this festival, and I love mask work. For a couple of years, though, through Watts Village Theater Company, where I'm the artistic director, we organized some mask making workshops in my neighborhood in an effort to connect our communities that are so spread out across Los Angeles. It was really a family affair, bringing my mom and sisters, niece, nephews together to get creative and honor our ancestors. I have some of the masks that the kids made last time they were here. And it's really just a blessing to be involved. I also had the pleasure of emceeing the festival live in Leimert Park a few years ago. So this feels a bit like coming home. When I'm not here with you, I'm telling a story either with Cornerstone Theater Company or even as the host of the community-driven storytelling series Unheard LA on KPCC. Tasha, your turn. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you have going on.
Yes, and Bruce, thank you. I remember that year that we co-hosted then. I think that was my first introduction to you, and I'm glad to have you back home. I am Tasha Hunter, residing here in Long Beach, California. Been a part of this Mass Festival for about 10 years. Been doing work in Leimert Park for about 25 years, and just love everything. Like you mentioned, family. This is a family affair, and we all step into this creatively, honoring our ancestors through art and the creation of masks. And over here in Long Beach, I'm helping to make some history. We are embarking upon creating an African American Cultural Center of Long Beach, where I am the vice president of the organization. You'll be hearing some news because we're moving into a building in a few weeks. So, without further ado, I want to say that we want to invite some very special people into the space right now. We thank you all for joining us. People responsible for making this event possible to give a few words. So I want to bring up Karen Mack, the executive director of LA Commons, to provide the history on this 10th anniversary of the event. There she is, Miss Karen Mack.
Let's get Karen's mic unmuted.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is so incredible to have people from all over the world join together to create this energy that will move us into the future with joy, with positivity, and with sustainability. Energy that we need more than ever. This is the energy we need right now. And this is why I founded LA Commons 20 years ago, to really bring people together, recognizing that there is power in collectivity, and art and culture is the one of the most powerful vehicles to create that connection, to create those connections between people in Los Angeles, between people in our country, and as today, between people all over the globe. I want to give you a little background about how we got this this amazing project started. It's been 10 years, and 10 years ago, we were approached by a very amazing personage called Najite Agendotan. Najite is a master Nigerian drummer who actually not only performed throughout Nigeria, where he's from, with his family, but also is a godson of one of the most famous artivists, Fela Kuti, who we all look up to. He was inspired by the traditional Ugungun rituals, which are really about using mass to create transformation. The mass, once the mass goes on, that is a reflection of the ancestors. And we know that this connection to the ancestors brings power, brings wisdom, brings the ability to learn from the past to move forward. And so he felt like Los Angeles could really benefit, the Los Angeles African American community in particular could really benefit from this transformative power of the mask. And so he reached out to Ben Caldwell, who, if any of you out there know Ben Caldwell, he is a master connector. And so, which is why, our office is located in his space, because, all that connecting energy just like makes it happen, like this festival. So he brought us together, and Najite asked us to support him in this endeavor. And so incredibly, after an all-nighter writing a grant to the Department of Cultural Affairs, which I have to give a shout out to because they've been our funder from the beginning. We actually got our first funding for this festival, and that's how it kicked off. And from this vision of this one person, we have today have this global community connected to the Mass Festival, and so many people who you will hear from all throughout today's celebration have been a part of the manifestation of this amazing coming together. And it's 10 years, and we look forward to many more years of taking what we're learning from this virtual experience and bringing it together with the in real life experience and just moving it forward and forward so we can have this move forward successfully, surviving and thriving into the future. Now you are in for a treat because we actually have a performance from Najite. He has these, what I love about Najite is he has not only taught us, but importantly, he's taught his family the ways of the Yoruba. And so he has his amazing sons with him to do a traditional performance, which I think will bring us deeper into the history and the leanings of this festival. So with that, I want to bring on Najite Agendatan and the Olukun Cultural Group to perform Odere.
founder of the famous Leimert Park Art Walk, a monthly happening that provides the perfect setting for our annual event.
Yes, so the name Ben Caldwell is pretty much synonymous with Leimert Park, and we're going to introduce Ben a little bit later on, and he'll tell you why Leimert Park is so special. But before we bring Ben on, we have a very special surprise for him, as he is so near and dear to so many people and has touched the lives of so many people here and around the world. How to be unapologetically Black and how to do so with style and class and to value our stories. He's a Renaissance man at home and abroad, and I've had the honor and pleasure of traveling the world with him. But particularly, I remember back in the 90s, early 90s, him doing this, what we're doing here today, this Zoom style Facebook Live thing. I remember there was a huge screen in Chaos Network right there in Leimert Park in his studio. And we were talking to South Africa. My mind could not understand this. Like, we are talking to them and they're talking to us through a TV.
I can't wrap my head around that happening in the 90s. Wow.
That then, and I saw it in the 90s. Come to find out, he was doing it in 84. So, and exactly,
Wow.
exactly. So this has Ben Caldwell, our Renaissance man. And I want to say that we want to take a special moment to also wish him a happy birthday. I know Ben is somewhere in here. I also know that his daughters and his grandchildren are somewhere in the chat. Elizabeth Caldwell and Dara Caldwell Ross and son-in-law Ed, his grandchildren. And Ben's mother is in New Mexico, and they all say hi and wish him a happy birthday.
Oh, let's flood the chat with happy birthday messages, everyone. Whoever's in the chat and all your chats on Facebook, on the live stream, and the Zoom, flood with birthday messages to Ben.
Yes, yes. And where is Ben? Ben is in the building. Okay, so we're gonna bring Ben to the forefront and he's gonna say a few words. Okay. You know what? While we wait for Ben to come up, we do have a special We Love Leimert business feature
Oh, there's
featuring.
Ben.
Oh, there he is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is a wonderful surprise, you guys. I'm maturing and maturing and maturing, and it's maturing is kind of fun as opposed to getting old.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for everything,
guys a
Ben.
whole lot. Thanks a
Mhm.
lot, everybody. It's good to get love.
You
Yes.
deserve it.
Yep. So Ben, tell us a little bit about this day.
Okay, one of the things that I thought I would try to start doing is to really deal with how I really ended up staying here, because I'm basically, like Tasha said, from New Mexico. So I came here to go to school at UCLA in the early 70s, and I was fortunate enough to be engaged with this whole group of guys called the LA Rebellion. We started in the early 70s on this unapologetically Black trend to really set up a template because Blaxploitation was going on at that time, and we wanted to be different than all that. So at that time, I was fortunate enough to start working here in Leimert with Alonzo Davis and the Davis brothers and their mother and auntie. They were really a strong group of people, the Brockmans. They helped me do my first video class in this neighborhood in the early 70s. And then I also got to see the early formations of the drum circle with Baba Olantunji in the early 70s also. And so fast forward to when we started more recently, it was wonderful to see a same kind of Nigerian master drummers keep us in the mix with Nigepe. So that's how I started working with them. But let me also just kind of rewind a little bit and go into my early 70s. So the first part of it was with me working with those filmmakers and then working with Brockman Gallery. And then I went from Brockman Gallery to Howard University, which convinced me to come back to Los Angeles. And I came here at a very fortunate time because the Watts Towers needed a videographer. So I started working with them, and I used this as my home base to start really drill down on figuring out what the 11 to 25-year-olds wanted. And I used the aesthetics of magic realism as my major conquering force for that, to go toward the future. And that stuff is now being called Afrofuturism, but I started it way back then. And it's something that me and my daughter are coining, or that we're calling it radical healing. It's a straight way for media to be used as a healing device. So we started with that in the early 70s, and I got to practice it in for real at Cal Arts, where I got to work for 15 years with real powerful teachers. And I think the one that I remember the most was a class that we did that was called Jazz Visualization, of which Project Glowed was a part of it, in the sense the laboratory in the community. And out of that community came Ava DuVernay and this wonderful Tasha you see here. And also a whole lot of wonderful brothers, mainly men, that I got to work with that reminded me of being with a football team. And we were rough and ready and crazy like that. So it was kind of fun to kind of run with those guys, and we've been running around with each other for now. So then in the 80s, I started with hip hop. And then we moved later into Project Blowed and Cal Arts and like teleconferencing and all of the things that I was telling you there. And then more recently, we started devoting most of our times with setting up this Petri dish out in the front of the community here that's called the People Street. And that Petri dish gives us the capacity to test out all the cultural dynamics that happen in the community and to see if we could work as an artist within it and have something set up where science, technology, engineering, and math walks through the artistic door and uses artists as the lead. Because artists can do business like you can't believe, and if you don't believe it, look at the creative economy. And when you think of Black people, who do you think of? All the rich art entrepreneurs all around the world. Like the first one we think of course, is Beyonce. Next, Jay-Z. Then all the various sundries of people all the way back to when we first got free from Leadbelly. You know, Leadbelly's music to now is the kind of creation of music that we've been able to deal with. And that's what Chaos Network's been playing around with. And this art walk is a continuation of that because we make it thematically monthly to deal with stretching out with all our African culture and the diasporans, and then to have that radiate throughout the month. So what we're planning on doing in the future is, like Tasha said, we do teleconferencing. I've done it when the moment I opened this place in 1984, I had the fortunate circumstance to work with Kit and Sherry, who wanted to humanize the system that we're working with now. And so I think we're gonna sit that into action out of what we've learned these last few days in the category that we've been able to put together in these last few months. And I think you'll see a whole nother spread of our monthly art walk that will end each month with these massive, wonderful mass festivals to show the anonymity of our ancestors to come down and visit us without scaring people. Because it's only Europeans that get scared from meeting their ancestors. We love meeting them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We've never done anything bad. So
yes.
That's it. Thank you guys for it. And I want to thank Naijite especially for bringing me down the road of opening the doors of activating the mask off the wall into our community. Thank you, brother, a whole lot. And the sisters and all of the folks who have helped us, like that kept the fire going, like Shai Mawasi. It wouldn't happen without the sisters keeping it going. So I want to give that a super prop with Renee and Nzingha, and also the sisters behind LA Commons that helps that work. All right, so that's it. I just want to thank everybody. It's been nothing but wonderful. And I want to do another 75 years of this.
And we want you to, thank you, Ben. And I want to give a special shout out to, you know, throughout the day of people that are coming into the space. Sister Janelle Price, who teaches our babies how to dance, and she rents out a Chaos Network. She's in the house. We have Najite in the house. We have Brother Flag, Triple OG, and his wife in the house, and B. Kali, a poet, well-known poet in our community and abroad. So just want to take a moment to recognize some folks. And if we didn't say you right now, at some point we look to doing that throughout our time together. But we want to just pass this over. We're going into our We Love Leimert local business feature, #1, featuring Chaos Network and Napoli Naturals. Yes. And as we wait for that to queue up, don't forget to drop where you're from in our chat.
And as you come into the room, sometimes your video will pop up. We see some masks popping up, which is beautiful. Don't forget, if you're in the Zoom room, please turn off your video for now and keep your microphone muted. And we'll have a moment to check in with you later on in the broadcast.
Welcome to the local business feature powered by We Love Leimert. My name is Johan, and as part of this year's celebration for the Festival of Mass, we've decided to take an inside look at some of the businesses that make Leimert Park Village so special.
Greetings, I'm Tony Jolly of Hot and Cool Cafe. Here at Hot and Cool Cafe, we do a little bit of everything. It's a community space that has turned into a healthier food option with vegan, nosh, specialty coffee, specialty teas, juices. We provide services from 5 different vendors of people of color throughout the neighborhood. It's just an accumulative of entrepreneurs here. Incubator of specialty goods.
Hi, I'm Sika Dwumfo, and we sell all types of African products, soap, shea butter, and we get a lot of clothes from Nigeria, which they ship to us, in different parts of the country. And I work here with my daughter, Milan. And I'm very thankful that she's here at this time.
My name is Milan, and we are here at Sika's. At Sika's, we provide nose piercings, we sell African art, jewelry, and sculpture, and we are a community center.
So Tony, earlier you shared that you are originally from DC, and coming to LA, you could have set up shop anywhere, but you decided to set up shop in Leimert. So tell us, why do you love Leimert Park?
I fell in love with Leimert. I've noticed this is a place where people come in to tap into their blackness, to tap into togetherness, to tap into each other. And it's a space that I'm familiar with, being from Washington, D.C., which was predominantly black at once. So Leimert Park today is probably one of the only neighborhoods of its kind in the country.
This is all about our dreams of doing. It's to live in a loft and have a gallery or a store of my own.
I love Leimert Park because I grew up here and I got to see this through a child's lens. I got to see it go through its ups and downs and see what a place of community is. So many people love one another, so many people come through here, and it's just an energy melting pot.
So who are some ancestors that you honor with your work?
You know, I got some ancestors, well, they're ancestors now. Kobe Bryant, pretty much forever I watched him and his mentality, his work ethic, his will to win. It's something I take on in my entrepreneurial life. You know, Nipsey Hussle and what his entrepreneurial influence he brought closer to the people within the neighborhood, the people of the streets, to inspire them to want more, to eat healthy, and you know, you can still be yourself on an alkaline diet. And we're gonna go a little bit further back to Harriet Tubman. You know, her willingness to put her life on the line for her people over and over and over again until she died is phenomenal. So those are the three.
I would say Billy Higgins, who's a known jazz musician who was in Leimert Park a lot. We play a lot of his music and other artists that he worked with and inspired. I would say Laura of Gallery Plus. She passed away within the last couple years and she sold a lot of really beautiful artwork. And then Richard of Fifth Street Dix, he owned a really amazing coffee house during like Leimert Park's prime. And so we honor them by just speaking their names and by selling the same things and educating our community through art and music.
What are some words of encouragement or uplifting words that you would want to share with the community?
Especially with the not black community, we gotta know our value. Now that I think of it, we don't know our value. So we really gotta tap in and value ourselves and everything that we do, celebrate ourselves, and pretty much, you know, live with love and patience with each other as we grow into our greatness, grow into our excellence.
Well, I would like for you all, you know, to start taking over some of these festivals and celebrations. You know, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm, Billy Higgins, our hero here in the neighborhood, Horace Taft Scott, who foregone his career as a great pianist to spend his time educating the young fellas in Watts and Compton.
I think right now it's really important that we recycle the black dollar because we can solve a lot of problems there and we can be relying on us and no one else. We can educate our own and we can just have a real sense of community that way.
Thank you for joining us for the local business features. I'm your host, Johan, and we hope that you all enjoy the rest of the festival. Peace.
And once again, thank you for all that you do while you're unmuting. Pastor Sauls, thank you for all you do. Welcome.
Good day, beloved Sabona.
Sabona.
Lord, I'm feeling the joy, people. It is so good to be with all of you. I've been looking forward to this time just to celebrate Black joy. Oh my gosh, as resistance. And so, greetings, beloved global community. I am Pastor Calvin Sauls, born and raised in South Johannesburg. I'm a faith-rooted community organizer in social and racial equity here in South Los Angeles. And I am just grateful for the journey of resistance and reimagination called Black Joy. And so it is just such a joy to be here. During these perilous and tumultuous times, today's invocation is an invitation to celebration and provocation at the intersection of South Los Angeles and South Johannesburg. I saw we had somebody, here from Johannesburg, so glad that, you are here joining us. You're joining us at the intersection, and that's great that you are here, with us. Today is a shown up day of joy as we acknowledge the bold and broad shoulders on which we stand and gather at the intersection from yesterday at the intersection with generations from yesterday, generations from today, and generations yet to come. That's what I love about the intersection. It is always in anticipation of that which is to come. With Sankofa as our guide, we appreciate, celebrate, and participate in heritage. Our heritage, a global tapestry of beauty and diversity, joy, and the pursuit of inclusivity, equality, and equity. Today's invocation is a provocation in resisting the ideology and the theology of white supremacy, with Black joy that is deeply connected with the depth and breadth of divine joy that exclaims, all Black lives matter. Yes, all Black lives matter. All Black lives matter, from Kentucky to Kenosha to Cliptown, from Minneapolis to Miami to Mamelodi, from Evanston to Easterus to El Dorado Park, especially El Dorado Park, my hometown, on the south side of Johannesburg, where this past week we saw the killing of an unarmed 16-year-old young man, Nathaniel Julius. Yes, we have to say his name and lift up his name. He was challenged with Down syndrome, and he went to the Don Matera School for Physically and Mentally Challenged Young People. This week, they lost him on Tuesday because of police brutality in my hometown. Yes, we are at the intersection of police brutality in South Los Angeles and in South Johannesburg. And so we say his name and we say hashtag for Nathaniel as I spend my morning with the family and with community members from El Dorado Park, just to see how we can once again, make sure that the joy that policeman thought he was taken away from us is the joy that we can reclaim as we keep on keeping on. One of my favorite spirituals is, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, and marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around. Ain't gonna let no racism turn me around. Black joy, y'all. Ain't gonna let no injustice turn me around. Black joy, y'all. Ain't gonna let no white supremacy turn me around. Black joy, y'all. Ain't gonna let no bigotry turn me around. And while I'm at singing, I ain't singing, I'm kind of rapping here, y'all. There's another song that says, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away from me. Well, I'm gonna kind of do a little remix on that and say, this joy that I have, white supremacy didn't give it to me, and guess what? White supremacy took it away from me. So during these perilous and tumultuous times, that invites us to engage in courageous and audacious acts of resistance and reimagination at the intersection. We are glad to be here with all of you, our beloved global community. Now, let me say this. No one carries the joy of resistance more beautifully and more powerfully than our Queen Mothers. So, as part of our time together today of celebrating Black joy as resistance, I say ashe and amen to the invocation, but I have to say, next up are the female elders of the community. I am so blessed by them, glad to know so many of them. Love their joy. Every time they come out and move, whether it's through drumming or just move through sacred movement, they just touch my soul deeply and they bless my spirit. So next up, our female elders of the community who are here to tell a story. The Queen Mothers represent the beauty, grace, and artistry to which we all can look up to. They are accompanied by their master drummers, who are the most accomplished master drummers in Los Angeles. This year's performance is called Mama, I Can't Breathe, followed by Shine Moasi and their piece, Say Her Name. And so we are at the intersection. Let us continue to go to the next level in our resistance through joy. Amen.
At the same time, all the corruption and justice, the same crimes. Always a problem if we do or don't fight and we die, we don't have the same right. What is a gun to a man that surrenders? What's it gonna take for someone to defend her? If we all agree that we're equal as people, then why can't we see what is evil? I can't breathe. You're taking my life from me. I can't breathe. Will anyone fight
Wow. We take this moment right now to thank our Queen Mothers and Shine Mawasi for those beautiful presentations. Presentations that give us an opportunity to acknowledge the lives of women whose lives were lost at the hand of violence, police violence, and reminding us the importance of our breath. So we're here due to the necessity to acknowledge and remember our ancestors. A tradition that should be a part of our lives, not just once a year, not just once a month, but every day. And many of us do this in so many ways. We've lost so many over the past few years, not just to violence or injustice, but simply because life is a cycle. And in acknowledging our ancestors, we take time to acknowledge them by pouring libations. Pouring libations is something we do. We use water or some sort of liquid, something that we consider an energy that continues to flow, something that represents the natural continuous flow of life. When we pour libations either onto the earth. If you have a plant, you can pour into a plant. I have a plant right here. Some people like to pour directly onto their altars. And we've seen all too well in music videos and movies where the homies, they pour one for the dead homie onto concrete. It's all valid because we are remembering our ancestors. Each and every one of us is the sum total of all of our ancestors. And within us, we have access to the collective experiences and knowledge of all of our ancestors. So right now, let's come together and let's pour libations to our ancestors. Whether you are acknowledging a grandmother or a grandfather, a great-grandparent or a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be an aunt, uncle, or a cousin, a family friend, a mentor, or someone, just anyone that has touched your life in a way that you positively remember. You can move forward with the learnings, those lessons and experiences that that person has imparted to you. They are your ancestors. So I'm gonna ask our Zoom community to unmute yourselves. And if you're on Facebook, I'm gonna ask you to type the name of your ancestors into the chat. Those of you on the Zoom, in the Zoom community, you can also type names into the chat as well. But I'm gonna ask you to join me in calling out the names of your ancestors. So after we each state the name of an ancestor, we're going to say Ashe. Ashe is like saying, so be it. We're empowering the energy of our ancestors. When we say Ashe, it's very similar to saying Amen. So I'm going to start us out with one of our ancestors, our new ancestors, who just left the physical plane with us just recently. Chadwick Boseman. We say Ashe.
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 And
Ashe.
Ashe. You guys say Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
Hey, you be a McNeese.
Ashe.
Morrison.
Ashe.
Norma
Lula
Parker.
Marie. Ashe.
Dorothy Yerby.
Lula
Martha
Lassie.
Chester.
Lewis Carter.
Ashe. Vivian Singleton. Ashe.
B. Parker.
Bill Mathis.
Brian.
Ashe. Karen
Patricia Long.
Simeon.
Ashe.
Lewis Carter
Jeffrey Long.
Jr.
Willie B. Young.
Ashe.
Washington.
Ashe.
Queen Nzingha Camara.
Jones.
Tao Benito.
Ashe. Dr. Subira Fano.
Earl Smith.
Daniel Jules.
Eddie Pigram. Eddie Pigram Jr.
Mama
Joseph Everett.
Miriam.
Cooper Lightner.
Oh, Mama Miriam. My God.
Zipporah James, LaToya Chandra,
Chadwick.
Ashe,
Professor Earl Grant.
Dr. Isabella Abbott,
Avina and Valentina.
Norman Smith.
Joe. Ashe. Annie Saul.
Smith.
Lizzie Monique.
Florence Caps. Ashe.
Dan Sauls.
Dorothy
Macedonia
Ruby.
Caps. Ashe.
John Henry Lewis.
Agnes.
Hilliard. Diane Rodriguez. Bree Robinson.
Ashe.
Clark. Ashe.
Ashe.
Joseph Everly.
Allison
Amber
Watson.
Tell.
Yvonne.
Roy James.
Ashe.
Yerby.
Terry
Terry.
Rich.
Yerby.
Eugene Johnson. Doris Smith.
McLean. Ashe.
Karen.
My grandmother's and my grandfather.
Ashe.
Shirley Atkinson.
so many ancestors.
Ashe.
I'll say
Ashna Williams.
Ashe.
all relations.
Johnny
Let
Graves.
us all together say Ashe. I love it. We are
My Auntie Hope.
Ashe.
Gungun Baba.
Ashe.
And I know you all are feeling that energy. So now what I want us to do, because we have collectively just called on all of our ancestors, we have brought them down into the mix. They are in this June.
Who paused her? I'm muted.
Can we unmute
You're
right?
muted. You're muted.
You're on mute. Can't hear.
Renica?
Okay. And as we each called out the names of our ancestors, as we each gave the ashe to each other's ancestors, we all empowered the ancestors that live within us. And I know you all feel it. So with this energy, we're going to do an exercise. We're going to do some Harambe pulls. Harambe is a Swahili word that means let's pull together. And with everything that our community has been facing these past few months, with everything that the world has been experiencing this past year, we all need to pull together. So when we do our Harambe pulls, we're gonna pull, we're gonna reach up to the sky, you're gonna reach up and grab all the energy from the universe and you're gonna pull it down into yourself. And we're gonna do this 7 times. Each time reaching and grabbing more energy. And on the 7th time, we're gonna hold, we're gonna reach and grab as much energy as we possibly can. And we're gonna hold that Harambe together as long as we can. So with that, we shall begin. I'm gonna ask some of you to go ahead and share your videos so that those of you in the Zoom room, you can see each other. So that you can see each other. Go ahead and put your Zoom video on gallery view so that you can see each other as we're doing this, because we're doing this together as a community and as one, and I see all of you, yes. So we are ready. All right. So remember, 7 pulls, okay? And so we're reaching up. Harambe. Oh, but I can't hear you, so I need you to unmute yourselves because this is a collective exercise. Yeah.
Unmute, y'all.
Harambe. Hey. Let me see. I'm gonna come on. Let's get in the Harambe.
Harambe.
Hey.
Harambe.
Hey. 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 Last one. Hey. And one more.
Harambe.
Harambe.
Harambe. Harambe. Harambe.
All right.
Harambe.
Yes, that's right. Feel all of the energy, everyone. Feel that energy. And as the presentation said before, I can't breathe. Start breathing. So breathe in that energy. And our theme is celebrating Black joy. We are celebrating Black joy. So you take all of that energy and you hold it in your heart and hold it dear to you. And as you go out in the world, you take this energy with you and you shine this energy upon them that you come in contact with. You are now an agent of Black joy. You take this joy, share it with all of them around you. And remember to feel this joy when you think of your ancestors. Ashe.
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 Thank you. Thank you, Ranika. Thank you so much. Ranika is one of our Connecting Communities workshop leaders and a member of our Mask Festival Leadership Circle. Just a reminder, everyone, if you're in the audience, thank you for turning on your video and unmuting for that moment. Go ahead now and turn your video back off, mute your audio. We'll have a moment to hear from you again later on. We want to extend a thank you to our elders, Nzingha Camara and Mama Nene, along with our Queen Mothers, Master Drummers, and the Shiro Drummers of Shine. We really value our elders in this community and this event, bringing their wisdom to guide us and laying the foundation for all of us to stand on together. They really brought their wisdom and guidance in these two works, speaking to Black lives taken too soon, along with the lives of so many others, inspiring us and charging us to reactivate and re-energize this movement at this pivotal moment in our country's history. And we pay homage and respect to these ancestors. That is what today is all about. All those who have gone on before, but still have so much to give to the cause and helping us survive and thrive. Ashe. Black joy. 2020 has been a year, y'all. Well, so has the last couple centuries. So finding Black joy is important. It's necessary. It's what will power us through these times and into the future, will propel us to heights unknown. Now, the Day of the Ancestors Festival of Mask has always from the beginning been an act of creative, joyful resistance, an unapologetic display of Blackness, empowering all who participate to be fully themselves in the world. This is no small feat for Black people. We have frequently paid with our lives for asserting our identity and even just for existing. But today is about transcending that, as we have given ourselves permission to deeply connect with the power of our Blackness through amazing creators in Los Angeles and across the world in a relentless pursuit of Black joy, which is what we are here to celebrate today. Next up, we're going to see a video. We have a procession every year in Leimert Park, honoring our ancestors. And now you're going to get to see a piece of that procession right now. And coming up next, we have Homie Time with We Love Leimert.
And now we pass it to Homie Time with Kaya and Verbs.
Hello, what's up? My name is Verbs from Homie Time and Verbs
and Kaya. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome
Yeah,
to Homie Time with Verbs and Kaya.
Yeah, we got a radio show on Double App every second Thursday of the month, and we're here to talk about.
Yeah, we're here to talk about why we love Leimert. We're here to uplift and honor our ancestors. Again, I'm Kaya. I'm a cultural organizer with We Love Leimert. And for those of you who don't know, We Love Leimert is a community of cultural organizers in the village that's intergenerational and just seeking to amplify the magnificence of Leimert Park and, you know, tell everyone how amazing Leimert Park is. And Verbs, what ancestors would you like to uplift today?
My grandma, Essie Lee Kelly, she used to live on 29th of Halldale. That's where I grew up as a little kid. And she supported the whole family and brought us from Texarkana, Texas back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I definitely also want to call my grandma into this space, Daisy Dantzler. It was someone who was just a really strong influence in my life. And so I always just carry her with me and try to make her proud with everything that I do. And today we're also being joined by Sandria Wrights and Mel Hunter.
Yeah, people's pie.
What's going on?
What's going
Hey,
on?
family. Hey, y'all.
I'm happy to be with you guys, even virtually.
Yeah, we're so happy to join us today.
Yes, so I am lifting up today Toni Morrison as my ancestor.
Yeah.
And I love Leimert. Personally, I'm not from Los Angeles, so Leimert was where I found my people doing work that I was interested in. And Snatch Power actually formed in Leimert Park. We all met through Kyle and Bananas. All the original members of Snatch Power, Uhuru, the founder, Simi, Chelsea, me, T-Rex, we met at Bananas, and that was in Leimert Park. And as soon as we formed, we had space to hold workshops. And that was through Ben. Ben taught us how to make money with our art. And
yeah.
I met Mel. I met Mel there doing the crockpot Cyclavia. And we decided to get together and do some things.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Mel Hunter, and I wear a few hats, but my connection to Leimert Park is through the Juice Joint and the Crockpot, 2 live music events that I curate and produce. And my first Crockpot in Leimert Park was July 27, 2014. I have not left that place since then. It became a home for me. I'm from Alabama, so it became home for me, and it became a place where I could tap into my cultural roots as a Black woman and as an African, like here in America, in ways that I had never been able to do so before. So I was really just drawn to the community. And it really helped me find my purpose or realize my purpose. I think I've been saying since I was a little girl, like, Mama, I'm gonna change the world somehow. And I never knew how I was gonna do it. My career was in makeup, and I'm like, how am I gonna change the world through makeup? But when I started the music events, it was to heal my people, and it was to create a platform for my people where we weren't judged by the harshness of LA. And it was to kind of create something with a soul and with purpose and with pure intention, like in the midst of LA. And when I did that Crockpot in Leimert Park and I saw kids, grandmas, aunties, uncles, like I cried. That's what I remember. Like my heart was so full, I just cried. And so after doing the Crockpot for a few years in Leimert, I'm in love with Bananas. I'm in love with Snatch Powers. I'm like, we gotta because we love Leimert.
Fell in love.
So, we came together for one of the Crockpots and just made it a whole We Love Leimert festival because it wasn't just me. I wasn't the only person that found that place and never left. You know, so now We Love Leimert is just an extension of all of us who are in love with the culture and the spirit and the beauty of Black people in that community. Like, we know community is power.
Yes.
And I have never had access to such a strong sense of community like that outside of my own family.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can sing really good too, so that's a plus.
Well, we do like to, you know.
Y'all are all really
I mean, we got to put the healers. That's a gift. Drumming, singing, the gift of music is the most universal, powerful tool that we had. And that's why I don't sing or do music, but I knew that music was the way to heal and connect people. You know, like I've always known that. And so I appreciate Ben for allowing me to grow there in that space. He just opened up Chaos Network to us, and we
Happy birthday, Ben, one more time.
Yes, Ben, happy birthday. I love you so much. I cannot thank you enough. You are like,
and I have another question for y'all. So when you think about your love of Leimert and when you reflect on that, are there any that you want to share with folks that really exemplify why you love Leimert so much and why it's so special to us?
For me, I think that being a Black artist and a Black woman, there's so many flavors of Blackness that you can get at Leimert. Like whatever you need to hear your history through, if you need it through writing, you can go to Exawan Books. If you need it through rhythm, you can get it in the drum circle. And that to me is very special. And that means a lot to me. Yeah.
yeah.
And Mel, what about you?
Even the drum circle is a very powerful, it's like something about the African drum that ties to us spiritually in a way that I had never even been aware of. But I remember kind of being at the drum circle years ago and having some kind of, I just closed my eyes and I don't even know where I went, but when I came back, I was just in tears. Again, like I feel like I always cry when my heart gets so full and I don't know how to explain what's happening. But just having a place to connect with that part of me
during the digital drum circle,
life-changing. It's life-changing. And then having people in Leimert Park that I want to be a community leader and a builder, and with everything that I'm trying to do, having been there as a hands-on mentor, because it's not easy. And I have cried in Chaos Network from being frustrated and give up and wanting to quit. But having a mentor like Ben, who has been building community for longer than I've been living,
yeah, big
facts.
Yes.
Hope.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We in the future.
Yes, we are. And it's just molding. It's like what giving us that opportunity, then look at how many lives that we've been able to change and inspire and shift through our platforms just by having being kind of be that incubator to kind of let us get our ideas out and figure it out and teach us along the way.
Create those spaces too. It's just like following in the work, continuing the work. We're so lucky. And then it's like even the next people that are coming up, like the way that now Kaya is taking over for the festival. It's like everything is in one. I met Kaya at Chaos Network too. You know what I'm saying? Come to literature class because Ben allowed me to have my first workshop, my literature workshop at Chaos Network. And that's how I met Kaya. Like, nope, I'm not gonna cry.
It's everything is so full circle. It makes us feel like we really making history, and it's just such a special place that I just want to dedicate my life to. And like, I don't know, it's been impactful in my life. I don't think my experience here in Los Angeles would have been the same, or I would not enjoy it the way I do without Leimert Park. I can 100% guarantee you that like my experience in Los Angeles would not have been the same without having Leimert Park to be that escape, that outlet, that center of Blackness and culture.
Yes.
Right. And what has
the
been
magical corner
program so far?
I was
saying, what have been y'all's favorite parts of the program so far? In terms of
the Queen Mothers, honey. Dancing and because I was kind of down, you know, like just thinking about the lives that we've lost, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that when it started off with the images of George Floyd, you know what I'm saying, that we're about to bring back the joy. So I was excited for them to, you know, hype it back up, and they did not. And that was my favorite part so far.
I actually enjoyed calling on the ancestors and bringing down the energy. Like, I
Romby.
need that, and that's probably something that I need to do more often. I called in my dad, but I made an altar for him at home. But I realized, like, I think I'm still grieving, so sometimes it's hard for me to even go over there. But this is it was a beautiful experience because I'm always thinking about them, and I do want to figure out ways to call them in and really talk to and connect with my ancestors more. So I wouldn't even have this experience or be able to gain this knowledge if it wasn't for what we're doing right now. You know, like, where else do I learn these things and learn how to tap into something that's so natural and a part of us that the world growing up Black in America told us was wrong? You know, so Leimert has been my place to kind of redefine who I am and what I am spiritually. And that was a beautiful moment for me because I'm always wanting to kind of connect with my dad and my grandma and just ancestors that have inspired me. I'm so emo. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a Cancer.
Nah, man. This is beautiful, man. Thank you.
Do not
sharing.
apologize.
Honoring them, talking about our love for the community.
Yeah. And it's a very beautiful thing. I feel very blessed to be a part of this and like to be accepted in this community the way that I have been. Like, it has really changed my life. And it's put me on the path to where I know what my purpose is. I do know that I can heal the world. And I know that I can do it through music and community and culture and arts and creativity. And it's the most revolutionary thing I think all of us can do. So just to be a part of something where everybody's so gifted. Like, all of our brands are so different, but we all like from the same tribe or something. It's crazy.
That's right.
Hey, if you build it, they will come. That's what I like about the whole thing.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this special segment of Homie Time with Verbs and Kaya. We're going to continue with our program, and we're going to see some more We Love Leimert business spotlights. It's really important for us to, again, recycle Black dollars, invest in our community, love on each other, and, you know, make those personal investments and also invest our resources. So, with that being said,
shop at Ride On Bikes with Ade. It's the homie.
Yes.
Wakanda forever.
I know.
For real.
Forever.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chadwick, too. Yeah, man.
I know that broke my heart, too. But I appreciate his.
The Leimert Phone Company is an
Who's next?
Welcome to the local business feature powered by We Love Leimert. My name is Johan, and as part of this year's celebration for the Festival of Mass, we've decided to take an inside look at some of the businesses that make Leimert Park Village so special.
Hello, my name is Ben Caldwell. I am from Chaos Network, which is actually the 3 buildings on the east side of the Vision Theater on 43rd Place. I've been here since 1984, and what we do here is really future thinking, especially with the use of media and all its ramifications in the future.
Greetings, I'm Sharon Askia, and this is my husband Umar Askia, and we are Napoli Naturals. We are a holistic space where we want to bring healing into the community holistically. So we have the loose herbs and the teas, straight from the earth, doing it as our ancestors did, no chemicals. So we have internal holistic healing products, and we also have products for external healing. So for the skin, the body, the hair.
Why do you love Leimert Park?
I like Leimert Park. I love Leimert Park because it's so Black. And that's enough for me.
Look around you. Us, our culture, our people, the talent here. Everybody is just doing their thing. It's all love, it's peace, it's the vibe. I just love Leimert, honestly. I love Leimert. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Who are some ancestors that you say you honor in your work here?
Well, the first one is Zora Neale Hurston. I love her to death. Written is Arigriyama, 2000 Seasons. I guess musically, I love all of my Globe guys. I like a lot of Leimert Park, and of course Taft Scott. Artistically, people like John Otterbridge, David Hammonds, Karen Marshall, all those kinds of guys are the folks that really impress me. Mark Bradford, Ulysses Jenkins. I just love this place because it's so thick with Black art.
Definitely, the most recent would be Dr. Saban. He was a guy to let us know how we tap into our ancestors. We recall that knowledge of healing our people.
My grandmother. So that's where I learned a lot from just watching her in the kitchen, and then all our ancestors that healed us along the way, So we wanted to reclaim that history, that knowledge, which is running through all of our, our DNA.
What are some words of encouragement that you would have or share with your community?
I would say the main thing is don't be fearful. We have the game won. We just need to stay focused.
We have to rethink the way we were taught to eat, because a lot of the dis-ease that we are dealing with comes from the food.
Thank you for joining us for the local business features. I'm your host, Johan, and we hope that you all enjoy the rest of the festival. Peace.
World, and the resilience through these challenges has been incredibly inspirational. But once again, it is our art and our culture that has always pulled us through. And with that, we're going to see a little procession. All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Sean Vicky. The writing we have in my mouth.
Welcome. My name is Paradise Oakley. I'm one of the Sankofa leaders for the 2020 Mask Festival.
Hi, my name is B. I'm a Sankofa leader here for the Festival of Masks. What inspired my mask is I had a dream, and an ancestor came to me in a dream. His name is Daniel, and he had a jaguar print like outfit on, thrown over his shoulder, and a lot of red. So yeah, he said he was here to protect the children and women when the colonizers invaded Africa. So I just wanted to honor him through this mask.
So I honor my ancestors in the mask through having an elephant to represent one of my ancestors who loved elephants and recently passed away. And then I also have like sunflowers and greenery to honor my ancestors who introduced me to like gardening and things like that.
What my mask represents to me is the loss of my twin siblings. They were born at 6 months, I believe, and they died after 6 days being born. In honor of them, I'm going to be launching my mask.
The way I envision the future is similar to the ancestor Nanu that came to me in the dream, protecting the women and children. The world we live in is rough, and I don't want my future children or my cousins, nieces, and nephews having to struggle with the same issues that our generation and the ancestors before us had to go through. So making it safe for our children to be children again.
So I envision the future with a lot of people having access to dictate how they live their lives and like what they have access to, and yeah.
All right, so we heard from some folks that have been involved in the festival. Let's hear from everybody watching at home. What are some of your favorite moments? If this is your first time at the Mass Festival, we definitely want to hear from you. And if you are one of our festival OGs, please tell us what you feel, how this new experience, doing it all online has to go. It's bringing a lot of people together all at once, which is fantastic. We see here people are grateful for the creative minds and the amazing mask out here. Oh, I'm gonna read this one all out loud from Jenna Dieter. My favorite parts have been listening to and witnessing so many expressions of truth and strength, the Queen Mother's powerful dance and message, the shining bright energy of the libations and energy of the shared harambis, and listening to up and coming leaders in the community discuss pathways to greater power and healing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, yes, yes. Here's another one from Baron Leitner. Oh, as a native LA native, I'm so proud to have the organic expression of the African diaspora here. Dolores Chavez, loving the drums and the youth voices and the Queen Mothers. A lot of love for the Queen Mothers, y'all. Keep sending that love in. Keep reading these off. Some more from Facebook. Johan says, I love Leimert Park, seeing the village from my living room in Arizona. I live in a very different environment from the beautiful Black cultural community of Leimert Park in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, where I originated from. But I chose to move out of necessity, and my Estrella Mountain community is just a 5-hour ride away. So we'll see you again soon. Soon, good people. Support Black artists. Yes, yes. Let's keep echoing that message. Support your Black artists. Support your Black businesses. Support each other, y'all.
Yes.
What else we got here? Fantastic program. Lots of love for this. All the communities needed it. Beautiful dance and culture. Energetic, loving mothers dancing. The mothers are getting a whole lot of love as they deserve. Keep giving that love forward, y'all. All right, y'all. Now this year, as in the past, to honor the ancestors, community members work together to make masks, learn dances, chants, and drums and drum rhythms over the last 2 months, all from our own homes, to create this spectacle. And every year, it gets better and better. And we want to take a moment to acknowledge more of our amazing team. We have Beth Peterson from the LA Commons Community Art Project Director, along with artists Renika Pinckney, Maria Elena Cruz, Noni Alabisi, and Baron Leitner are workshop leaders for their leadership and tremendous generosity in sharing their talents with the community over the years and in person. This year, it's all via Zoom. How you feeling, Tasha?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. This day is beautiful. It's invigorating, and thank you for, mentioning all the wonderful people that have been helping us through this whole celebration.
And let's get to get a look at more of the people that have been involved in the process. We have another video from our Sankofa leaders coming up in the queue right next. So keep enjoying the show and keep.
I honor the ancestors with my mask by choosing colors that I see in nature all around me. Because I believe that we all are from nature and then we go back to nature. So
I honor the ancestors with my mask through remembering all the great things that they inspired me. They led the way for me to be the artist that I am. Just a lot of things.
how I envision the future is more communication with my family and friends and community, being more candid in that communication as far as being authentic and expressing myself truthfully and with pizzazz.
The future I envision for the world is one of where we get away from this color thing. I think color, you know, whether you're white, black, blue, yellow, whatever, has been the biggest trick to man because it separates us. And I don't think that we were meant to be separated. I think that we were meant to share ideas, share our culture, and just enjoy each other how we are rather than by the color of our skin. But I like what King said, by the content of your character. So I like that. And now that I've gotten older, I realize that is so true. It's not the color, but it is your character.
All right, y'all. Let's see your mask. And yes, I am talking about your N95 or cloth mask, as well as all the masks that our community has made up until the lead up to today's festival. Here's a favorite of mine from festivals past. Let's see what you all have created. If you have a mask you'd like to show, put your name in the chat. Yo, we love to see it.
Who's next?
Here we go. Where's B? Here we go. Let's see B's mask. Oh, look at that. Look at the gold. Look at the gold and the highlights. That is fantastic. The cloth. That is a big mask. Thank you. Fantastic work. Let's see Nicole. Now that is some craft right there. Look at the boxes on the eyes. Oh, I'm loving the gold. I'm really loving the gold.
Oh my God, look at the talent. These are beautiful.
Beautiful mask.
Yes.
Let's see Amara and Clarence.
Look at Amara and Clarence.
Amara and Clarence.
There they go. I see them. So many of our youth started off doing this as babies. Babies. Amara and Clarence are a couple of those babies. Now teenagers. Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful.
I'm loving this mask and crown combination.
Yes.
That is beautiful, beautiful. Can we see Carolyn?
Oh, look at.
Oh, that is beautiful.
It is. It is.
I'm loving the tree nose.
I'm loving the tree nose. That's the first thing I saw.
That's it. Oh, and the crown
eyebrows. Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That is some talent and some thought. Adonaya.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. I love this show and tell. This is show and tell.
I love this. This is a two mask, or is it two pieces of one?
It's like a two-piece mask.
Two-piece mask.
I'm loving it. That's
yes.
beautiful.
See that now this is showing off. This is showing the mask. Fantastic. Fantastic. How about verbs?
Kyle Verbs guy. I see you. Oh wait, no, I don't.
Oh, coming up. Oh, we getting a lot of love in the chat, y'all. We got nice, excellent, dope. Y'all
Who's
so cool.
next?
Who's next? Verbs.
Who's next? All righty.
Imani.
I saw Maria Elena Cruz in the chat, and the names. I'm hearing people say amazing creations and.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that is beautiful. Other on can you give us a side view? Can you give us a side view? Give us a profile?
Oh, look at that. With the glasses. See now, and Maria Elena is one of our art teachers through these workshops. Thank you for your contributions, and that is absolutely beautiful.
Ooh,
crown and a mask.
Who have we not seen? Have we seen Jabari?
Let's see. Bravo. Okay.
All right, I know you got some mask at home, y'all. Sharon, you know what you should do? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, with the tusk.
And Bravo is one of our master drummers, son of Najite. I remember you when you were a young one. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful work. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, do we have any more masks out there we want to see? We didn't get a chance to check out Verbs or Imani or Sylvia or Jabari, actually. Are they out there? Sylvia Stinson has a mask to show. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Wow.
That is beautiful.
Look at that.
I really love when the masks are also crowns.
Yes, and that third eye. Look at that. That is beautiful.
So fitting.
Cowrie.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Imani's back in the chat. Imani?
Ancestors are speaking through our young people.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Oh, with the glasses? Yes, 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 yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm loving the variation. We got crowns, we have masks, we have glasses, we have everything. All this creativity, all this Black creativity, gifted and talented people. So true, so true. I'm gonna read some more comments out here. The masks are beautiful, but our people are beautiful. Those smiles, Black joy and effect. Oh, we got another piece here. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got any more masks out there we want to show off, y'all? Don't forget, we're not just talking about the Mask Festival mask. Remember, it's still a pandemic out there, y'all. So remember to wear your mask when you go out in public, when you go out to public spaces, so you can protect yourself, so you can stay alive and thrive. Continue to fill the world with your Black joy, y'all. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much. You know, in celebration of 10 years of the Day of Ancestors, 10 artists were engaged, 5 local and 5 international, most who have been involved in past festivals, to engage with each other artistically and to discuss the role of creativity in moving us forward from these challenging times. Now, each conversation was incredibly inspiring, highlighting the commonality of experience for Black artists with amazing performances along the way. And we begin our tour of the African diaspora in the magical land of Salvador Bahia, Brazil. During the transatlantic slave trade, Brazil had ultimately the most captives of any country. And the impact of those beautiful Black people on its culture and identity is profound, as embodied in Vivian Caroline, scholar and leader of Banda Dida, the all-women's drum sensation. Watch the exchange with Leimert Park's own Mama Nene.
And let me say, Mama Nene has just been a presence for as long as we can remember. And, you know, she is Leimert Park. She empowers, she just encourages. Those hugs are, you know, just empowering and just fuel us with so much. So Mama Nene, thank you for all that you do and you continue to do and teaching us to pick up that drum and to let our voices be heard. We love you, we love you. So
yes,
now
we
we're going to that video, yeah.
De beleza, de nobreza, de neguinho, de coragem, de criança, de África, de Anastácia, de poesia, de mulher, mulher que vence, mulher que transforma, mulher que transcende, de samba reggae, de pelourinho, de que faz 25 anos. E ela canta e lê o lotum, maraqueta, muzenza, malé de dá. Ela dança na rua, na ponta do pé, a beleza de África. E ela canta e lê o lotum, maraqueta, muzenza, malé de dá. Ela dança na rua, na ponta do pé, a beleza de África.
Preparing whatever it is that they do, whatever their form of expression is, to be released. So we call it woodshedding. If you're not able to get out and be a part of it, that doesn't mean to stop. Write on, create on. It is prevalent that we continue because these are the weapons and our art will tell the story later on. That's one thing I noticed about when I did go to Brazil, that art told a story. Every time, it doesn't lie.
Brazil. I had the honor and privilege of living in Salvador Bahia, Brazil in the early 2000s and learned so much. Went to go study capoeira, went to go study the language, and so many profound things happened during that experience. You could feel the presence of the ancestors, and anyone that has been knows that Salvador entry point of so many of our African people onto that land was through Salvador. But there's a word that resonates with me when I think of it. It's saudade, right? And there's a term, eu tenho muito saudade de Brasil. What does that mean? That means I have a lot of saudade de Brazil. There's really no word that translate, but saudade is like an emotion. It is an emotion of missing something so much that there's a feeling. So when you take Ao, it means I. Daniel is I have saudade. So eu tenho muito saudade de Brazil.
Saudade?
Saudade. Saudade, saudade. Yep. Portuguese is very nasally, so eu tenho muita saudade, right?
I should practice. You can
Yes,
teach.
yes. It's a beautiful language, a beautiful people who recognize the ancestors on a daily basis. At the crossroads, you have Maida Santos, these godmothers, look like our queen mothers. At every crossroad intersection, making something called a carajé. And a carajé is food of the gods, where people go during their day to eat a food of the gods. Anyway, I could talk about Brazil forever. I want to say that also Viva Brazil, who's been doing samba in the streets, they're in the chat. So welcome Linda, Udine into the chat, and everyone who was a part of our Viva Brazil celebration. Just seeing samba, they've been a part of our procession for so many years, right? So give thanks for that dialogue in Brazil.
Yes, thank you so
I'm turning
much.
it back to you. Yes.
So next up, we're going to travel to South Africa, featuring two incredible poets, the late Zulu poet and UCLA professor Mazizi Kwene and Dr. Don Matera of Xhosa heritage, both fighters in the struggle to free South Africa. There's a lot of relevance to our current moment in this exchange, so listen close, y'all.
Sizokuthinta amakhosi akaNdlovu ngoba umsebenzi owenziwe la ekhaya wenziwe esibongweni sawo.
Who would have thought that an empire would rise from a child that was prophesied? See it in the skies like the moon, watch the sunrise. On the dawning of a new day, of a new era, when Princess Nandi and her prince would soon get together. They say love's forever, but it wasn't and it isn't, and her heart was soon locked into a prison. Zulu princess that broke family tradition. Prince Nzingha Camara locked in family divisions. What a tragedy from a long time ago. When she asked to be his first wife, he respectfully said no. But in the womb, a young Shaka would still grow. And the secret that they kept, the whole kingdom would soon know. With two sons and a new one on the way, Mkabaye told him the sun will destroy you one day.
There must be an intellectual line that assists in understanding the perspective of where a community is going. This was the same that we had in South Africa with the anti-apartheid movement. All of the works of Professor Kunene and people like Dr. Matera and many others who contributed, were not just contributing because they were poets or creatives, or they were contributing to the spiritual and intellectual component and pipeline that was so necessary to provide a backbone to where the struggles and apartheid system, where that was going.
With the whole idea of one, the African mask that has always been about creating an image and a spirit that lives underneath. And today we mask ourselves against the imperfections that we ourselves have created as human beings. And so rightfully, Don speaks about how this has driven us towards compassion. You know, we may not be together next to each other, but we can be together in our hearts and in our minds. And I think that's what this opportunity allows us. So technology on one hand can be our enemy, but we can also make it our friend, you know, and that's what this has done for us.
We have been here before. The Khoisan, the Khoi people say, we have been here before. When the first sun rose, it found us, the Khoisan, awake and waiting. Long before others came to these hills, our footsteps shaped the landscape, tamed the buffalo and the gemsbok. We rode the wind. We silenced the hurricane. Yes, look at us. We have been here before. We raised our temples on the shifting sands of Mali. We traded in the busy, buzzing byways of Timbuktu, and on the cobbled lanes of Memphis, our camels passed through the needle's eye. We have been here before.
That was amazing.
Ooh.
We have been here before.
We have been here before.
Powerful, powerful words, especially about the significance of masks today. I'm reeling from that last part of that segment, though.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Don, the world is here. You realize that the world is here. Y'all showed up with
Sure
your
did.
mask and just the beauty and our answer and cross-generational. Just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Keep spreading love in the chat, y'all. We got another video highlighting our Sankofa leaders,
We love our leaders,
highlighting our community elders.
our community elders.
What inspired your mask?
My mask was inspired by my great grandma. I used to hear stories and look at pictures of her, and this is how she looks inside of my mask.
Hi, my name is Amara McDuffie, and I'm sharing about my ancestor mask and headpiece. I wanted to use African print fabric because it represents my culture, and above all of my ancestors' faces are pieces of jewelry or beads, and above my Auntie Nikki's face is an angel wing to represent her in heaven. And I used clear gel medium to make the headpiece shine, and I also used mirror to make the headpiece shine to represent how bright they were in my life.
Hello, my name is Clarence McDuffie. What inspired me to make this mask was civil rights leaders I believe deserve appreciation. Right here, I have Nelson Mandela, John Lewis, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King. The reason I chose these people was because they stood up for their beliefs, and they stuck to it.
How does your mask honor your ancestors?
Both my headpiece and my mask honor my ancestors because the eyes on my headpiece are supposed to symbolize my ancestors watching down on me and, protecting me from above. And my mask also symbolizes, because it has my grandma's lips, so it also honors her in that way too.
I try and honor my ancestors by being a good person and who they would have wanted me to be, and learning from all that they have taught me.
What I did to honor these ancestors was add Adingra symbols, 2 to 3 Adingra symbols on their face. And I added little symbols on the top of the head. For Martin Luther King, I added all the things he believed in: justice, patience, loyalty, and freedom. On top of John Lewis's head, Malcolm X's head, I added a heart because he had a love for the people. John Lewis added a flag, American flag with African colors, showing that he was truly an African American. And I have sunbeams all around Nelson Mandela's head because he was like a light, believed in peace, and he strove for that.
Lastly, how do you envision the future?
I envision myself to be happy, successful, and surrounded by the ones I love.
I'm hoping to be successful in the future and be proud of who I've become. And I hope that God is proud of who I've become, and that I would make a positive impact in people's lives.
The future, I believe the future it look like it's gonna change, you know, because we've gone through so much as people for us not to change. And the way I honor my ancestors is by just striving for peace and sticking to my beliefs.
Thank you for listening.
That is beautiful. Especially the mask with John Lewis. That crown that got me. Moving on, y'all. Nigeria has the largest Black population in the world. It is the 7th most populous country overall. Arts and culture thrives there, and it was home of one of the most famous artists, Fela Kuti. In 2013, there was a fantastic cultural exchange with Nigeria, the seat of the Yoruba culture at the heart of the Mass Festival and home country of Mass Festival founder Najite. The dynamic Aduni and Nefertiti arrived in Leimert Park as the perfect ambassador for the Day of the Ancestors. She was virtually paired this summer with the magnetic songstress Jamila Rose. Coming up next, amazing artistry and observations from 2 Queens of Soul.
Ooh. Our sister Jamila Rose is just beautiful and amazing. She's a Los Angeles native with a style like no other, with inspirations of jazz and R&B. And you know what? She's been known to spit a verse or two. Mm-hmm. She and her group Voices of Creation are just absolutely amazing. She pulled some folks together, some singers, some folks that we know, including our very own Ronika Pinckney, and a bunch of others to create Voices of Creation. And we love seeing them around Chaos Network. So we're going to go right on over to our next Diaspora Dialogue.
Don't harden the skin I'm in. It's not a sin. Black is the universe we're living in.
Live for now, live for today. So that has taught, this pandemic has taught us that. And at the same time, the spirit of love, appreciating one another, you know, something that will happen to somebody that you can't predict that this is the next person that this sickness will attack, that will take away from you. So it has given us spirit of love, appreciating one another, and bringing out the best from us.
We never know what tomorrow brings, but usually we trust that tomorrow won't bring a pandemic. But a few months ago, tomorrow brought this experience. And so I think no one really knows what's gonna go forward, and it's an uncertainty in that. But I think resting in the fact that all potentiality exists. The potentiality for the systems to fail and fall, and a need for them to be rebuilt. And we as creators and people must answer that call to rebuild these structures with love, integrity, and the concern for each and every one of us.
Yes, yes. Let's keep it going, y'all. 6 years ago, Leimert Park welcomed Diamanta and her bandmate Roel from Cuenca. We loved learning about the ABC Islands from the Dutch Antilles, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, where they're from, and the wonderful Black roots music, tambu, which was banned after causing a major uprising in Curacao and was a form of communication between each other. This provides the backbeat for the 21st century tambutronica. Her conversation partner and producer in Leimert Park is Leimert Park's own Lita Fournier, an amazing musical presence who I've had a chance to share the stage with. Her diverse influences include Project Blowed in Leimert Park.
Yes, I remember the year that they were in town, and it was amazing just bringing that energy. It was so familiar. And I believe this shirt was from that year. Every year, the LA Commons has done a shirt, and this one right here is Secret Music of the Middle Passage. The beauty still resonates. Yes.
I wanted to actually give a part of history as my part as the cultural, what I would learn from, because in this moment in time, what really came to hand was like, if many years ago, like in the time where we were brought to Curacao or to Aruba or to other places, we were unable or not allowed to make music. We were not allowed to have parties. We were not allowed to do that kind of stuff. It was connected to a negative. It was connected to negative. So it was not allowed. It was forbidden. What you saw, the resilience of the fire inside of people's hearts for creativity, music, and the exuberance of letting go in order to continue.
Yes.
What they did is the same tools that were put into their hands to let go of their culture were the tools that they used to keep it going.
It's making a lot of people like sit with their vulnerabilities and maybe try and be more vulnerable. So I would say to like not be afraid to be more transparent about how you're feeling about things with people that like you're around, and you know, like I guess just like be more, I guess, to be more open to like I guess don't be afraid to talk more. I think is also helpful, because I think we have like more in common than we give ourselves credit for, that we estimate. So yeah.
That's fantastic, y'all. Next up, we have another video from our We Love Leimert local businesses featuring Ride On Bike Co-op. Also, a shout out to DJ Ade for keeping us going.
DJ Ade.
And much love to Fernando Pullum Community Arts Center. Here we go with that Leimert Park local business feature.
Welcome to Local Business Features, powered by We Love Leimert. I am Mariah, and today we are going to show you some local businesses that make Leimert Park Village so special.
Hi, my name is Ade. I'm the founder of Ride On Bike Shop in Leimert Park. We are a full-service bicycle shop. We repair, sell, and rent bicycles. We've been here since 2014, but in the brick and mortar since like 2016.
My name is Fernando Pullum, and we are at the Fernando Pullum Community Arts Center. We were founded in 2012. We teach free performing arts classes to 850 kids. Those classes include drama, dance, film, recording, jazz band, wind instruments, drums, piano, guitar. That's what we do.
What do you love about Leimert Park?
What I love about Leimert Park is the arts and cultures aspects of it, the music, the vibrancy of Leimert Park.
I love the energy in Leimert Park. I love that it's a melting pot for different type of art forms, different personalities, and it's safe. You know, you can come in here and just be reinvigorated on a Sunday afternoon, especially. You know, if you can't walk out here feeling good about something, then you're not alive.
What ancestors do you honor with your work?
Man, there are so many ancestors that are honored in my work. I think ones that come to mind specifically is Major Marsha Taylor, who was the first cyclist to integrate a major sport in the U.S. So he's definitely part of the forefront. And also Fela Anikulapo Kuti, who is on the shirt holding up a bicycle. You know, because I love the message and the work that he's been doing with his music.
I honor Billy Higgins. Billy Higgins was the most recorded jazz drama in history. So I was driving down the street one day and I heard like the most offensive trombone playing that I ever heard in my life. So I had to pull over to see who was doing it, and there was a little kid, and the trombone was bigger than he was, sitting on the curb, beating on the sidewalk and on the parking meters was Billy Higgins. And when you see a giant like that stepping down to help someone, it inspires you to want to do a lot more, because I just felt like I was doing nothing. And so what I also wanted to do was inject some youth into this area to be able to maintain the spirit of communities.
What words would you like to offer to uplift the community at this time?
All power to the people.
I would say be an active participant in your dreams. A lot of people have fantasies, they're going to be rich, they're going to be famous, they're going to do all these things. But when it comes to making those things happen, there's no action. You know, you have to, like every day say, what did I do to become closer to what my dream is? If you can't answer that in a positive way, you never make it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Local Business Features. I'm your host, Mariah, and don't forget to enjoy the Festival of Masks.
Business features are awesome. I have an old Giamatti road bike I need to bring down to the bike shop. So I'm really glad I saw this today, so I know exactly where to take it. We're excited to get into introducing you to another local business. But first, let's tell you about Zambia, where the matriarch of this family endeavor is from. Located in Southern Africa, Zambia is a landlocked country, but it's also the site of one of Earth's true natural wonders, Victoria Falls. But the real wonder of the country are its beautiful people who have a reputation as one of the most harmonious populations in the world, despite being composed of 72 different tribes. In the 1970s, Francesca and Aloha moved from Zambia to LA and recently back to Zambia, and has for more than 40 years been designing clothing to assert her African heritage and connect others to theirs. She and her beautiful daughters, Nyambo and Kay, now jointly run the international fashion brand Katula by Africana, which, among other things, designed the clothing for the Wakandans of Black Panther fame. Speaking of Black Panther, let's have a moment of silence for the wonderful Chadwick Boseman, who sadly, as many of you are aware, passed away on this Friday. But remember, as he said in the film, in my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point. He was an inspiration to everyone in all of his roles, but especially as Black Panther.
Yes.
He's an ancestor now. Let's take a look. Thank you. Now, let's get inspired by the Aloha family and their fashion brand, Katula by Africana.
Essayé de s'expliquer, tous les mots étaient incomplets, mais les gens n'ont jamais pu les plaire. Puis enfin Aline est arrivée, en chantant ses belles mélodies, c'est son mot.
There's something about the heart and the spirit of us as a Black people that we are not going to shortchange ourselves knowing that it's just for $1. You know, our artistry and our craftsmanship comes from our culture, and a lot of it comes from our struggle as well.
Our people have gone, they died, but the spirit is eternal. That spirit is able to guide us. If we can just have some confidence and trust in the Lord and trust in our ancestors who left us, that they are there, opening doors for us, praying for us, bargaining with the Lord. Bless my children, help them here. We'll always survive. We just need to have the confidence. With the confidence, we're able to make it. We are creative people through music, through art, through our own confidence, you know, not taking drugs. Because once we take drugs and all that, then we are completely wiped out. But as long as we have our senses, our culture, our confidence, know who we are, not to be told where this, go here and all that. Talk to our children, talk to our elders, all incorporate all this. We will survive up to the end of the end. That's all I can share.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Everybody, I want to encourage you to make sure you go back and view the videos of the workshops on Facebook. If you want to create a mask of your own, you can continue to celebrate. We don't have to stop anytime soon, y'all.
Don't have to stop anytime soon. All righty. So we are about to witness a performance straight from Wezi, right? Is it time for Wezi?
It's time for Wezi.
Yes, since we
Zambia.
just saw that beautiful dialogue and heard that wonderful music, let's go straight to Wezi from Zambia.
Hello, my name is Wezi, and I am with the Heart Sound Band here in Lusaka, Zambia. I am humbled to be part of the Festival of the Mask 2020. The next song we're about to sing is titled Nsiku. Nsiku, in many Eastern languages of Zambia, Nsiku means days. In this case, I'm talking about taking one day at a time. In the song, I narrate situations such as owing money, being overwhelmed with a circumstance in life that makes you contemplate suicide. And I'm saying, whatever it is that you're going through, do not worry so much about what's coming ahead. Take one day at a time. You'll make it. Let's go, Heart Sound.
Siku
About right here from Anika in all capital letters, so you know it was loud and true.
Loud and true, yep. Yes. People have been active in that chat all day. Thank you for all the different areas that you're coming from. Miss Phyllis, you have been giving us some links and all kind of wonderful information. Yes, from all over.
Oh, and I see the Shop Cthulhu website in here, which means I am about to spend way too much money, and I'm proud to. Very much looking forward to it. We want to send a special shout out to Teron Moore for running the show backstage, running the tech, making this happen. I know this is a very, very different experience. Special shout out to the Calling Up Justice team and the LA Commons team for putting all this work in. We will be back together in the same space once again soon enough. But until then, we have all these different tools to lean into, all these ways to connect, all these ways to celebrate, all these ways to call up our ancestors all together and connect from across oceans all over the world. And we can do it.
All over the world, yes.
We can do it. These bridges are connecting us, y'all. Next up, we have another performance, y'all, from you've heard so much about so far. You've heard about Jimena Rose and the Voices of Creation. And now we have a performance coming up, y'all.
And one of those songs, they are honoring one of our Leimert Park brothers, Ross G, who is now on the Ancestor Realm as well. And so we thank you, Voices of Creation. And one more time, I want to say thank you to Teron Moore for all that you do and your way with words and getting it done.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. All right, Voices of Creation.
But we never lose, we gain ancestors, and so the spiritual realm is buzzing. John Coltrane, they reunited. It's all good. It's all good because we have breath and we can continue. We know he was here and we will continue to breathe and make manifest. This is a Rasan Roland Kirk one. Spirits up above, but I flipped it. I hope y'all like it. wide as the world, deeper than the sea. The spirit of you is the soul of me. Can you feel the spirit up above, up above, up above? Please don't fight when the spirit sings from love is beginning. Up above, up above. Spirit up above, spirit beneath my feet. Spirit all around, spirit here with me. Spirit come through, whether day or night. We breathe it in, it keeps us alive. Can you feel the spirits up above, up above, up above? Please don't fight the spirits in from love is beginning. Up above, up above. Spirit up above, spirit beneath my feet. Spirit all around, spirit here with me. Spirit come through, whether day or night. We breathe it in, it keeps us alive. Can you feel the spirits up above, up above? Please don't fight the spirits in from love is beginning. Up above.
Oh, I, I
Are
was
we
in
on?
that spirit.
Oh,
was in
yes.
that spirit. Yes. That was beautiful. Voices of creation. I don't know if we'll see the other piece, but, and though we could not see that visual, I know everyone here with us today could feel exactly where Voices of Creation were coming from.
I sure did.
I sure did.
I'm in here dancing. As soon as we get off here, I'm gonna go back and find it, replay some of these songs, and stay in this mode all day long.
I want to be in this mode all day long.
It's been an amazing day. Amazing day. We really want to thank each and every one of you for being present today and for the last 10 years. We will see you again in Leimert Park next year at the 2021 Day of the Ancestors Festival of Mask. Tasha, do you got any last words for us?
You know what? We just have so many. I know we've been doing a lot of thanking, but that just shows our appreciation. All the amazing people that have just helped, and again, happy birthday to Brother Ben Caldwell.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for all you've given us for all these years, and to Brother Najite. Najite, look at this. 10 years in. Thank you for what you give and your passion and, teaching so many of us, all of our leaders. And Bruce, I can't even thank you enough. Thank you to Claudia and her team, just all of our leaders, Pastor Sauls, Baba Moyade for blessing us. I can keep on talking, Bruce.
I just want to say I'm really coveting that Mask Festival shirt you got on right now. I got mine in here from a couple years back, and I want some more. I really love that shirt. I love the spirit of it. I love the spirit of what we're doing today. I love everything we're doing, and I'm so glad that we are together in this moment. We really need to be in this relentless pursuit of Black joy, and keep fighting.
Black joy. That's what it's about. Black joy. We are resilient. And we smile and we shine. We continue to shine.